motion. Clerks can help me put that up. It reads that City Council direct the City Manager in consultation with the Director, Transportation Planning, to request an update from Infrastructure Ontario and Metrolinx on the status of Mimico GO Station, any plans for a future TOC at that location, and an outline of the risk assessment practices undertaken before entering into a TOC. As I mentioned, or as I alluded to in my line of questioning to staff, residents have been left with a station first built in 1967 that includes limited customer access and insufficient parking, along with a large neighboring hole in the ground where a housing development should have been.
This is where Van Dyke Properties plan to build a mixed-use community with thousands of housing units, retail, public and green space. But those plans are no more.
We not only had one developer go into receivership, we actually had two developers start and stop over the last decade, and our community has been waiting all along for the necessary and promised improvements, including accessibility upgrades to a very well-used station at Mimico GO. While communities with successful TOC benefits from public-private partnerships, the potential loss for communities when they are unsuccessful, which we have repeatedly seen, is very significant. Future TOCs need to emerge only after a rigorous risk assessment to ensure that communities aren't left with unfulfilled promises and partners are able to deliver on the complete communities that were planned and agreed to. This continues to be a sore point in my community, and Mimico GO is just scratching the surface.
Metrolinx shelved plans for a planned Park Lawn station.
Yesterday, we found out that another rejected station.
Unfortunately, we have no sense of when the Park Lawn GO will be delivered.
We're continuing to engage very actively with the proponents at Park Lawn GO as well, and are really hoping to find a path forward and some momentum on the really important infrastructure and higher order transit that's been promised to be delivered in this community. We've heard from colleagues about, and we've chatted and debated at length, the Waterfront East LRT and the incredibly large and robust community that's going to be coming to that area and needs to be well served by transit. In Etobicoke Lakeshore and the Humber Bay Shores community, the community has already arrived. We have significant density and significant development that has all been predicated on a complete community served by higher order transit that does not yet exist. The province itself has included Park Lawn, for example, within their PMTSAs and future transit-oriented communities without any station in place and no clear path forward. So it's really incumbent that we work collaboratively and with thanks to our colleagues who I know are continually engaged in those conversations with Metrolinx and others, but we need to have better processes in place, better systems in place, so that communities are not left for decades without the promised infrastructure and ability to navigate at in a high quality community that serves their needs. So with thanks to my colleagues and hope that you will support this motion, that's all for me. Thanks, Madam Speaker.